Good morning, fifth graders. Welcome to our English or Readers Workshop today. We're on day 2 and we're continuing our work with inferences today. But we're going to pay close attention to the words a character uses. Okay, so we're looking for things that the character says that helps us understand the kind of person they are or the feelings that they're having at that moment. Right? And then during our phonics work, we're going to work with homographs. Right? And I'll explain more in our phonics lesson. Okay, but we're going to work on automaticity, but also identifying homographs. Right, yesterday we had a quick video that we looked at to remind us that inferences are about gathering clues to make an educated guess, okay, to help us better understand the story and the characters. Okay, so today we're going to finish the story we started yesterday called The Flooded Valley. Right, and we're going to read the story. And while we're reading, we're going to underline. Okay, that's what that annotate means. Remember, it's okay to write in these mentor texts, but we're going to underline or annotate any of the words the character uses that helps us paint a picture in our head. Okay, so any words that they're using that helps us understand how they're feeling in that moment. Okay, so we're making inferences based on what the character is saying. Okay, in this particular assignment, there's nothing that you'll be turning in on Schoology. Okay, we're just going to be practicing by underlining. All right, now if you're confident and would like to work on by yourself, feel free to turn off the video. Okay, if you would like to work with me, go ahead and pause the video, grab your book, and just like yesterday, we'll have fun trying to read this poem from a distance. All right, while you grab your book, I'm going to switch into Benchmark here. Okay, because we are on scene 2 of The Flooded Valley. Right, and I don't know about you, but I always like to remind myself what happened yesterday. Because I remember that Papa has a farm. Oh, and Mr. Bailey, wasn't Mr. Bailey trying to get the farm or trying to get Papa to move to a different farm? Because they were trying, it says, "No one's making you people do anything. The government is flooding the valley. Welcome to the 20th century, Jennifer." So that reminds me that Mr. Bailey is working for the government and they're trying to flood that land, which requires Papa to change farms. Okay, Mr. Bailey was really confident and sure of himself, but Papa was a little nervous and a little angry about that situation. So let's go ahead and start scene 2. Right, and I'm going to try to help start us off at the beginning, how you would annotate this. What words would I underline to help me understand our characters? Okay, so let's see, we have Mama, Doris, and George. But we still have Papa as well. So it's all in the family. What if I read Mama, you read Doris, and then I can be Papa and you be George. Okay, so I will be Mama and Papa, and you will be Doris and George. Okay. So scene 2. It says Doris and George are in the kitchen with Mama. The kids are waiting for something. Mama is trying to move around the kitchen but keeps tripping over them. If this is how you all are going to wait for your father, there won't be any supper. I might underline that right there, just because you can tell she's a little frustrated. And then you go ahead and read Doris. No lip from you, miss. Get over here and be useful. You, sir. George is trying to slide out of sight behind a chair. I'm going to underline that. You can get out the kerosene and fill the lamps. I can barely see what I'm making for supper. God, don't those words just show you? I see that angry face from Mama. All right, George. As grumpily, George opens a cabinet and pulls out a kerosene can. The front door opens. Papa walks in looking worn out. The kids put down what they're holding and run over. Mama turns to face her husband. Ginny, they're giving us a month. What? They're giving us money in exchange for us getting off this land. Carl, did they offer us land? Yes, but I didn't. Mama smooths her hair back, organizing her thoughts as Doris and George look at her. Papa drops into a chair and props his head on one hand to look at his wife. George, Doris, our farm is not a good farm. The soil is weak, full of rocks. Every year we dig up a new field because another field is exhausted. Yes, exactly.
Flooded.
All right. I kind of heard myself back there. Okay, but remember, I offered you a few examples of where I would underline words that just help you paint that picture in your head of what the character looks like or how they sound. Okay, so that is your work for today. All right, nice job, and I'll see you in phonics.